The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was written in 1900 by L. Frank Baum. It's a great book that inspired a fantastic movie, and some not so fantastic movies. I like this book so much that this will probably be an extra long review. There's so many things I want to talk about. Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review. The book starts with a young girl named Dorothy. She lives in Kansas with her adoptive parents, Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. Her life is boring and gray. Kansas is literally gray in the movie. I promise I won't make comparisons between the book and the movie. But this section of the movie is like 15 to 20 minutes long. That's not the case in the book. It's only one chapter. The book does not waste time getting to Oz. A cyclone lifts Dorothy's house high into the air. She and her dog Toto are taken far, far away to the magical fairyland of Oz. Dorothy's greeted by the rarely seen Good Witch of the North and some short people called Munchkins. They are happy because Dorothy's house landed on top of a wicked witch. Since the wicked witch is ding-dong dead, the Munchkins give Dorothy the witch's magic silver shoes as a trophy. The shoes fit Dorothy perfectly, so either they magically changed size, or the adult witch had the same shoe size as a young girl. Oz is surrounded by a large desert on all four sides. In order to get back home, Dorothy has to travel along a road of yellow brick until she reaches the Emerald City, which is home to a powerful wizard. On the way, she gets 3 companions. First is a living scarecrow. His head is stuffed with straw, and he wishes he had brains. He's a fun character who says a lot of funny things. He never eats or gets tired. I feel kind of bad for him because he can't sleep, so he spends every night standing in place for hours, waiting for everyone else to wake up. Next, Dorothy meets a woodsman who's made out of tin. Thanks to some rain, his body has rusted into place. Dorothy oils his joints so he can move freely again. The Tin Man has a really sad backstory. He was originally a normal woodcutter. He was going to marry the woman of his dreams when the wicked witch cursed his axe. One by one, all of his body parts were cut off, and he was given tin replacements. But once his heart was removed, he couldn't love his girlfriend anymore, and they were forced to separate. That's so sad, and he realizes he was only truly happy when he was in love, so he wants to ask the Wizard of Oz for a heart so he can love again. Maybe the Tin Man should ask the wizard for a better memory, too, because he totally forgets about his former fiancée until the 12th book of the series. The last friend Dorothy makes is a large, cowardly lion who's afraid of everything. He wants to ask the Wizard of Oz for courage. On the journey, they have troubles crossing a ditch, crossing a river, and avoiding half-bear, half-tiger monsters called Kalidas. The biggest problem they encounter is a large field of poppy flowers. The scent of the flowers is so strong that Dorothy, Toto, and the lion fall asleep. The Scarecrow and the Tin Man can't fall asleep, so they're fine. They pull Dorothy and the lion to safety on a cart with the help of some nearby field mice. Dorothy and the others arrive at the Emerald City, which is a happy, pleasant place. The Wizard of Oz meets with each of them separately. He takes a different form every time. To Dorothy, he appears as a large head. To the lion, he's a ball of fire. To the Tin Man, a terrible beast. To the Scarecrow, a beautiful woman. I never understood why he didn't use the woman form for the Tin Man. The Tin Man wants to love his fiancée again. It would have left a big impact if the wizard had taken the form of his fiancée. The Wizard of Oz says the same thing to all 4 characters. He will give them what they want if they kill the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh no, there's a second Wicked Witch! This Wicked Witch has only one eye, which can see for miles. She sends wolves and crows to kill our heroes. The Tin Man cuts off the wolves' heads, while the Scarecrow breaks the crows' necks. It was surprisingly violent. She also sends angry villagers called Winkies to attack, but the lion roars and the villagers run away. That is not violent. The Wicked Witch's most powerful magic item is a golden cap that summons winged monkeys. You can only summon the monkeys 3 times. She used them twice before, once to conquer the Western Territory, and once to battle the Wizard of Oz. That sounds like a fairly dramatic backstory. They should make a musical or something about it. At the Wicked Witch's command, the winged monkeys destroy the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman. They capture Lion and Dorothy, who are forced into a life of slavery. Their sad life continues for some time, until the witch steals one of Dorothy's magic shoes. Dorothy is so mad she throws a bucket of water at the witch. The witch screams and melts into a puddle. I've read this book many times, and I'm still not sure why water kills the Wicked Witch. There's no explanation for it. Maybe she's made out of sugar. Dorothy's completely caught by surprise when it happens. In the book's defense, it's mentioned that the witch never touches water 2 pages earlier. So the idea that water hurts the witch doesn't come entirely out of nowhere. Still, the scene is too unexpected for me. I think it would have worked better if there was an earlier scene where the witch says something about water. Maybe she orders Dorothy to take water to the Cowardly Lion, or Dorothy asks why the witch always carries an umbrella with her. That would better prepare readers for the fact that water destroys the witch, and that would be more satisfying than Dorothy killing the witch by total accident. Did the Winkies know that the Wicked Witch can't touch water? They couldn't have known. Otherwise, someone would have attacked her with a squirt bottle years ago. They must have known she never uses water to clean herself. She probably smelled terrible. The Winkies are so grateful that Dorothy killed the witch, they help find and repair the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. The 4 companions are happily reunited. The winged monkeys fly them back to the Emerald City. The monkeys tell the story of why they have to obey the charm of the golden cap. It's a punishment for their grandparents playing a mean trick on the fiancé of a princess sorceress. I wonder what happened to Princess Galette. I guess she died, since this all happened a long time ago, and the book was clearly written before the no one can die in Oz rule was established. Back in the Emerald City, our heroes are surprised to learn the great and powerful Oz is not a wizard. He's a carnival man from Omaha. Like Dorothy, he arrived in this country by pure accident. He's a humbug who only pretended to have magic because it kept the Wicked Witches at bay. Even though Oz is a fake, he still makes Dorothy's companions happy. He gives Scarecrow fake brains made out of bran and needles. He puts a sawdust-filled heart inside the Tin Man. He makes the lion drink something which he claims gives courage. We're not told what the courageous drink is. I always wondered what it was. Oz tries to take Dorothy back home in a hot air balloon. Dorothy misses the flight when her dog runs away to chase a kitten at the last second. Toto, why did you do that? Dorothy asks the winged monkeys to take her home. They say they can't, and they count this as her second wish. This is totally unfair. They did not grant her wish, so it should not count as one of her 3 wishes. Dorothy is told to try visiting Glinda, the Good Witch of the South. She goes there with her friends. On the way, they're attacked by moving trees. The trees don't talk. The Tin Man's axe makes short work of them. They go through a walled city where everyone and everything is made of fine china. The people are beautiful, but they live in constant fear of being cracked. The Cowardly Lion meets... I like the Cowardly Lion. He gets some closure. He meets forest animals who are plagued by an elephant-sized spider. The lion kills the spider while it's sleeping, and they make him king of the forest! This is a good place to mention the Tin Man is made Emperor of the Winkies, and the Scarecrow is made ruler of the Emerald City. All of our characters get to rule over a different area in Oz. It makes me wonder why the Munchkins didn't ask Dorothy to be their queen. The journey is interrupted by hundreds of creatures called hammerheads. They have no arms and they can shoot their heads out with their long, extendable necks. Dorothy uses her final winged monkey wish to get past them. Too bad Dorothy didn't think about using the winged monkeys to reach Glinda 30 pages ago. That would have saved her some hassle. Glinda the Good Witch is very nice. She explains that Dorothy's silver shoes have the power to take her anywhere in the world in 3 steps. Dorothy uses them to return home to Kansas. I guess she didn't tie her shoes tightly enough because they fall off during the journey and they're lost forever in the deadly desert. Which is a shame. It would have been cool if Dorothy got to keep her magic slippers, both as a memento and a way for her to go back and forth to Oz and Kansas whenever she wanted. The end. Post-book follow-up. This is a great book. It's funny, it's creative. I really enjoy it. The book has been so popular over the centuries that I don't feel the need to justify why I like it. Tons of people like it. It's a great book. One problem with the book is that there are too many places where the illustrations cover up the text, making it hard to read. The illustrations are mostly good, but I much prefer the John R. Neal illustrations in the other Oz books. Oz has a distinct color scheme. The Munchkin area is blue, Quadling Country is red, and so on. The illustrations try to follow the color scheme. When the characters are in the Emerald City, most of the illustrations are green. When they're in Winky Country, most of the colors are yellow, and so on. It's a nice touch. One of the Emerald City's rules is that everybody has to wear green-tinted glasses at all times. These are locked into place on people's heads. It sounds painful. Oz later admits the city's not truly green. The green glasses make it look greener than it is. I'm surprised nobody figured out that trick. Does nobody in the Emerald City ever leave at any point? On second thought, the answer to my question is probably no. Why would somebody leave the Emerald City? It's a really great place. And if you go outside, you're going into places that are ruled by witches and they're filled with monsters. I wouldn't want to leave the Emerald City. I would stay there. I find it amusing that Oz's tricks work on Dorothy's friends, even though they know he's a fake. It makes me think they didn't need Oz's help at all. Like Dorothy, they had what they wanted with them all along. That interpretation fits the book, because there are moments in the first half where the Scarecrow has good ideas, the Lion's brave, and the Tin Man cries a lot. If you haven't read this book, I would recommend it, even if you've already seen the movie. It's a highly entertaining children's book that has stood the test of time. The Oz series is among my all-time favorites. It's just so funny, I love the characters, the adventures are interesting. It's really good. I give The Wonderful Wizard of Oz a 10 out of 10.